Brussels sprouts and cauliflower, onion, fennel and cucumber, plum, pear and papaya, aubergine and saya, lime, lentils and quinoa, oatmeal bread and oatmeal flour, watercress and okra, tofu and sweet pepper.
I guess we're like fully installed in our new home right now. I managed to get this freezer. That is one thing that I managed to get. Another thing that I also managed to get is a full-on internet. They got fiber outside. I managed to get it all for us. Right now, I thought of one thing. I think Norway might have the cheapest vegan pizza in all of Europe. Yes, I know. I think we're like the second most expensive country in Europe, but yet we got like the cheapest vegan pizza, maybe. It is the Coop chain that has it, but there is no Coop store in Moelv. But there's one at Biri on the other side of Mjøsa Lake. Only 10 kilometers away from here, so I think like maybe I should just bicycle over there and buy a few. I've really enjoyed bicycling the last couple of years. As you can tell from the amount of uploads I've had on me bicycling. More of it's great. People complain about it, but you see the sports shop over there, they refilled my tires for a couple of days ago. So that's convenient. This noise is not convenient. Or when you're on the other side of the city, the thing is that there's two main chains of grocery shops, and there's also like one of those Asian grocery shops nearby. A couple of parties have their main offices in this tiny little thing they call a city. It's interesting nevertheless. But yeah, there's a lot of kiosks. There are 2 pharmacies. It got everything you need basically. Well, except for that very cheap pizza, which is why I'm going over to Biri. Right now on the other side of the rail track that divides the city, there is the cultural house, as it's called. They got a cinema and other things, I suppose. I haven't been in there. There are 2 like some kind of like sport halls here as well, and they also got like a really like grand school, which I just find to be very interesting. Also a middle school down the road here. It seems so little, but they have everything that a city would have. So it's just so weird calling it a city because it is really that small. In the original Biking to My Girlfriend video, I was bicycling here. And yes, Moelv got a harbour. Yes, they got everything. Just joking, they don't have everything. Well, when I got here, there was basically a hiker walking here with like a Bavarian hat and a backpack. And you didn't see what came after. But basically I was getting up next to him and I said, "Kommst du von Deutschland?" And he replied, "Ja, mei." That was hilarious. This is the bridge that used to divide Hedmark and Uppland, meaning 2 different counties, which today is actually 1 county because they mash municipalities and counties together. Although people vote against, they don't care. So basically we have many different counties and many different municipalities that we didn't used to have. So yeah, that's basically what has happened the few years. This is a place along Mjøsa Lake that I find is a place probably we should go and have a barbecue. It's like they got everything that we need already. Even some public toilet. They got the best vision because you can look at the right side of the lake. Eden is what this place is called, and it's basically a home for older people. Yeah, and I must say, how it used to be, I think it's the house right next to us here, but how it looks right now is more like a modern type of what can I say, modern style with wooden panels. I think it looks great. It's one of the more extravagant older homes that I've seen It was on this trip where I realized that on my GoPro there is a function that it starts playing by just holding in the play button without turning the camera on. And I thought that was quite convenient, so I started using it. So sometimes when I actually spoke, you couldn't hear anything, because what happens is that it automatically goes to a sped up clip. Yeah, so it films in like not real time, but sped up, so you can't hear whatever I'm saying. So what you see is basically that I've bicycled through Biri, a very old little city where things looks like they are basically from the 50s. I also made this joke saying that, oh, the 50s cold, they want their village back. Annoyingly on the way back, L-bikes are impossible to compete with. But luckily, I don't know what happened, but for some reason they just slowed down, so I just bicycled beyond. But seriously, they're really frustrating. But then I just bicycled home. I just got home from Biri and I uploaded this video in my case for Big Gains right before I left. And by this time it has jumped to 53 views. This one has increased a little. It is increased by 34 views because like as soon as I uploaded it, it was like uploaded this one. This one was about 3,000, so it's wild. Another thing I noticed is that somebody drove to work without their phone and their driver's license. So now I'm going to make this very nutritious dinner, this one and also the one that I bought earlier today. They look fancy inside of there. Really delicious and nutritious and very healthy. Just kidding. Oh, this is the best setup for like a romantic dinner. And we can look at this fantastic view of the factory next door. I'm now at Moab Station. I can see it's an interesting place. The thing is, the only place that I know of that has a city status and it doesn't have a ticket machine is here. As you can see, there's no ticket machine anywhere whatsoever. Because I'm going to live in Moab for a year, I saw no reason to change dentist, so then it's traveling back to Løten then I guess. And that goes through Hamar obviously. So let me see, did I go too far? Oh there, Løten. Yeah. Well, what can I say? It's some time to wait. Biri was mountainous, this is flatlands. That tree line there is the border of the municipalities, but there's no sign. This is a normal route and there's no sign. I know that I just moved, but it's still nostalgia to walk by here because this used to be a youth club. It was shut down as a youth club because they said it was unfit for it. Well, they turned it into a kindergarten, so I don't know. It's not fit for a youth club, but it's fit enough for being a kindergarten. This is something I've forgotten to show you in the past. Don't worry, there's free roaming in Norway, so I'm not really breaking any laws by going here. What is this if it's not a fur farm, like it used to be? I don't know, could be birds, but if anyone has any idea what this used to be, please tell me. So the dentist is behind me. I'm half an hour too early. I couldn't take a later bus. However, where I'm standing now is where we had our after-school program. There used to be a house standing here where we went. And my school is what we see behind here. I have to take it at a distance because there's apparently children all around the school. It was responsible for 7 horrible years of my life. And people say that it hasn't gotten much better. Well, one thing that I can say when I walked around there is that now there's at least teachers standing across the entire playground. How it used to be was all the teachers standing in a corner of one of the school buildings. So at least there's some improvements. Now I'm done at the dentist. Now there's nobody out at the school, so I can film behind it. No. Yeah, I added some I think it's called clear oxide or something that they add to my teeth. It's a very expensive material. This is one of very few clinics that basically use it. Also removed a tooth, so now I'm not supposed to eat or drink anything in 2 hours. That's fine. I'm just going to see if I have anything in the mail. So I go back to my old house. Where the absolute heck my mail is going, I don't know. It isn't getting to me in Moab and it isn't getting here, so where is my mail? Yeah, for now it's just go back to Hamar for this board game club, and after that it's just home, I guess. So I went to the Subway again to buy some food, and they got this mostly amazing little thing there called TLC Teriyaki. They just expand their amount of vegan options everywhere, basically. I remember when I first got there, they tricked me thinking that the veggie patty was vegan, and it wasn't. It took ages for them to get like even one vegan option. So every Wednesday I go here. Oh, definitely over there. That entrance over there is where we have the board game club. I've been doing this for years, and when I first started going here, there was a different amount. Well, there were different people there then than there are now. So I might actually be the one that has been active here the longest. I'm now back in Moab again. I got a little bit tired, so nah, heading home. Yeah, that is basically the one secure social thing I'm doing every week. So being unemployed doesn't mean that you have nothing to do. Like, you have multiple things that you can actually do during a day. And also brought you back to the flatlands to just show you, well, there isn't just mountainous, hilly Norway, there is also a flat part as well. And here we have Hannah planning the week. Like, she's so little aware of people. Just look at this. Okay, she sells anyways.